Clips. Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kip's Clips. So this story was out a week ago or whatnot. I didn't catch it myself, but where did I find it? Oh, I was going through the No Agenda show, the No Agenda show's show notes, and it popped up. It was something I missed, but it's something worthwhile to bear in mind. When I was thinking about this, Jesus, I'm trying to remember when it was. I can't quite remember, but when I first started getting into a lot of this information, and like a lot of people, when you first get into this, man, it's like drinking your first can of Red Bull or whatnot. You just can't believe what's happening in front of your eyes. You're so energised. You find out about how banking's working, the whole scam, 2008, no bankers are going to jail, so on and so forth. And you just can't believe it as you investigate more of how banks work in the financial system and come to a grasp of like what a scam it is, basically, what a fraud it is. Like, for lack of a better word to describe it, it's a fraud and a scam, enslaving everybody for more than 1,000 years now. Anyway, I went up to an MP's surgery. I don't know if you can see this guy's name. I'll try and name and shame him. Mark Griffin, MSP. He was the MSP for, I think it's Cumbernauld and Kilsyth. Can't remember his region and whatnot. And now that I think about it, man, it must have been, was I staying with my mum at the time or something? I cannot remember. But I was up at my mum's and I heard when the MP was up there. I went up with my camera. Well, I went out there with my phone. It was that time of sticking my phone in everybody's face and trying to say something. Do you know about the banks? I don't do that anymore. I think I was watching too much InfoWars at the time, to be honest. In fact, that would have been very much around the time I was in. Shows you kind of the way they get you. It would have been in around the time I was an InfoWars fan. And just want to shout at people about buying guns and drinking tangerine. But I went up to this MSP, Member of Scottish Parliament, Mark Griffin. There's all his details there if you want to contact him and ask him. Have you found out about what Iceland done to their bankers yet? Because I went up to his surgery. I wasn't allowed to meet with him because I had a camera. Then when I refused to leave and started filming everybody outside the surgery and speaking to them, they rushed me in and allowed us to have a quick meeting. I wonder if I've still got that on my... Oh, I wasn't allowed to film. They told me I had to put my camera away, that's what it was. I wonder if I've got the footage for outside. Ah man, that would have probably been on the channel that got shut down. It was that long ago. But anyway, so even the lower downs in this country have no idea what other countries, Iceland being the best example, actually done after the crash of 2008. Too little time to go into it here. It's something it's something very worthwhile investigating. How Iceland actually dealt with the 2008 crash. Look where their economy is now. Look how much austerity they get shoved up their jacksy. So Iceland sentenced 9th banker found guilty of market manipulation that helped cause the 2008 crash. Iceland has differed from the rest of Europe and the US by allowing bankers to be prosecuted as criminals. Imagine that! Oh my god, they're radical banksters? Criminals? But they are committing fraud and making money off of people's misery and stuff. They are the biggest criminals! Nah, well, not really the biggest criminals, semantics and stuff, but you get my point. I'll leave a link for that. That's the Independent. I'm going to go and get an article with a slightly better flavour. Predominantly because it shows you hanging the bankers. I don't know, there's something I like the picture. That's a lovely picture. Imagine Cameron hanging from there. Oh god. Oh, is that PC to say that you want these criminals fucking killed for their crimes? Carney. Who's that wee stupid woman? Ellen? Who's the Fed bitch? Carney, the Bank of Scotland, hang him. Fucking that Jew over now, the head of the Federal Reserve, I can't remember her name. Stein Gold Stealer or something. And Cameron. Oh, Tony Blair, can you imagine? Would seeing Tony Blair hang bring a smile to your face? I think that's genuine justice. When you know the man has millions, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives blood on his hands, I could draw a wee smile for seeing him hang. It would genuinely make me think there's some sort of a justice. The bankers as well, like Carney and that fucking Jill Jane Gold Stealer, I can't remember her name. Ellen, you can Google it, the head of the Fed right now, wee white-haired woman, wee Jewish woman, surprisingly. Imagine a Jew being the head of a bank. Is that anti-Semitic to mention that all the heads of financial systems are pretty much Jews? Or is it just a factual statement? I don't know. Maybe we need some laws to stop people pointing out facts as well. You know how like we've got laws to stop people asking questions about the Holocaust and stuff. Crazy, innit? Crazy world. So, quick read of this. Iceland has found 9 top bankers guilty and sentenced them to decades in jail for crimes related to the 2008 economic crash. Why aren't he hanging them? In all seriousness. Paedophiles, you could eat that anyway. On Thursday, Iceland's Supreme Court returned a guilty verdict on all 9 defendants in the Kapalthing market manipulation case after a long-running court trial which began in April last year. Kapalthing was a big international bank headquartered in Reykjavik, Iceland. It expanded internationally for years but collapsed in 2008 under huge debts, crippling the small nation's economy. I'm pretty sure we lost a lot of money because a lot of the UK's local councils had invested in that fund as well, if my memory serves me correct. By demanding that bankers are subject to the same laws as the rest of society, Iceland has opted for a very different strategy in the wake of the financial crisis to the rest of Europe and the US, where bankers were fined nominal amounts and directors and chief executive escaped punishment altogether. Says it all pretty much there, doesn't it? That's what needs to change. People that fucking screw us over have to be held accountable. That's why I'm kind of thinking of a new form of leadership, or how you could govern a country or whatever you wanted to do. And it's not by this corpse. We need a man, a woman, somebody that's elected. Let's elect kings and queens, not make it inherent. Right? Let's elect a leader. But with that election comes responsibility. You screw us over, we're going to at least kick you in your balls. Or maybe string you from a tree. Or if you really screwed us over, we'll chop you into 4 quarters and send you to them at 4 corners of the world. Because it's a flat earth. But that's what we need. Accountability built back into the system. So anybody that screws you over, you can punch in the balls, you can kick in the fanny, you can chop their head off. We need accountability. None of this, David Cameron screws over the country and then he just takes a corporate position. There is no accountability anywhere in society whatsoever. You go into a fucking shop and steal a bag of chips, you could go to jail. Politicians, bankers, army, majors, generals, all these people that kill people, the actual criminals in the world, all unaccountable. I'll leave a link for both those articles down below. You can go and have a look. Share it round. See if you can see anybody who you don't thinks the bankers should be hanging or at least in jail for what they've done to this world. Think of 2008, think of 2016, where we are now. Pretty much 16 years into World War III. We've had perpetual war for 16 years. Is anybody sick of this shit yet? Anybody want to fucking try and scratch their nut on how to fix this? I know what we'll do. We'll set up groups and vote for groups in the system that allows... if you want to know the solution, we have our elections. We revolt every time they hold an election. We stand next to their government-sanctioned election and say, this is the people's election. We're taking it back. Vote us, not them. Once we drop the consent for they wankers, we can take our shit back. Alright, YouTube, the links will be below. Thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all the good stuff. Leave all your comments, good, bad, ugly and indifferent. I will read and respond to as many as I can. Alrighty, YouTube, thanks for listening. Catchies!
Es är felbarn, es är felbarn, come on.
gypsy cheese and the maze and the rats and the race and those peasants in the days like a head up on the aces who feel power.